Let's see, today we woke up pretty early and went over to the food bank. This food bank happens to serve like 13 different counties around us. And while we were there, we kind of teamed up and worked with a whole bunch of huge boxes of donated food they had, kind of sorting it, figuring out what was expired, what was good to serve to other people. So we got that all sorted out into different categories so it can be passed out to the homeless and needy people around the area. After that, we kind of were lucky enough to get a tour of the place we were working at. And they showed us all the food they have, just piles and piles of it everywhere, ready to give out. They really give a lot to the people around them. The afternoon, we actually didn't have a service project today. We were lucky enough, they kind of decided, we'd been working so hard and we still have 2 big full days coming up ahead of us, so we'll kind of take this afternoon to kind of rejuvenate ourselves back and get ready for the next 2 days of work. So we went to 2 of the museums that are kind of downtown Fort Worth, an art museum and then a science history museum. Just kind of got to see those, see what Fort Worthians do for fun. And we went to botanical gardens that were around. Just a quick stop. It was a little hot today. We went out to eat, and now we are back at the church kind of planning everything we need to do for tomorrow.
Today's devotional was The Crippled Beggar, John 5, 1 through 15. Please let me tell you about the time I met Jesus. Sometime later, Jesus went up to Jerusalem for a feast of the Jews. Now there is in Jerusalem, near the sheep gate, a pool, which in Aramaic is called Bethesda, and which is surrounded by 5 covered colonnades. Here a great number of disabled people used to lie, the blind, the lame, the paralyzed. One who was there had been an invalid for 38 years. When Jesus saw him lying there and learned that he had been in this condition for a very long time, he asked him, "Do you want to get well?" "Sir," the invalid replied, "I have no one to help me into the pool when the water is stirred. While I am trying to get in, someone else goes down ahead of me." Then Jesus said to him, "Get up, pick up your mat and walk." At once the man was cured. He picked up his mat and walked. The day on which this took place was a Sabbath. And so the Jews said to the man who had been healed, "It is a Sabbath. The law forbids you to carry your mat." But he replied, "The man who made me well said to me, 'Pick up your mat and walk.'" So they asked him, "Who is this fellow who told you to pick it up and walk?" The man who was healed had no idea who it was, for Jesus had slipped away into the crowd that was there. Later Jesus found him at the temple and said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning, or something worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jews that it was Jesus who had made him well.
Okay, so at the food bank, we separated the good food from the bad food. And while it was kind of tiresome and tedious in a way, I tried to keep in mind that these food were all towards relieving hunger, at least in some sort of a way, for the children and their families. And after a couple of hours, we took a tour, and there was tons of food, and it kind of, I was kind of shocked that all those food were donated from just like regular old families, and it showed me how there was maybe an increasing awareness to the needed people, and that people are taking more time and attention to these and taking action. And actually, during the food bank, there was people aging from like even mid-20s to like all the way from maybe 70s or maybe 80s, old grandmas and grandpas, I think. And it just was amazing that these old people took the time, even though they're kind of old, that they were just like so proactive and like wanted to make a difference to these people. And there was a part of the tour where there was just like food sacking for children during weekends, and that's about when people, usually these children get free lunches during school. And so from Friday to Monday, can you imagine like not eating? And so people make about 1,300 food sacks, and that was pretty amazing that they would do that much to help them get some lunch or food during the weekends. And after that, we didn't really do anything because we had a off day. So that's about it.